Hi, I'm Wire. Welcome to Wireworks. Hey everybody, Wire here. Welcome back to my channel. I want to do something a little bit different this time. It's really not a tool restoration. It's more of a tool rebuild. What you see here is a HPC SpeedX. It's a mini key cutter. I bought this about 3 years ago. It was like $450. It was a little bit pricey, but believe it or not, it's the cheapest. It's the cheapest brand new key cutters you can get. And what we're going to do is we're going to transform this. It's built to be portable. Thing weighs about maybe 15 pounds. Cuts real nice. I can cut car keys on it, house keys, padlock keys, and so forth. The only drawback is it has a motor on here that they put on a sewing machine, and I'm going to demonstrate what it does. So let me get this started up, and you can probably hear what it does. I've already got a key loaded up in it. Okay, I don't know if you could hear, but when you put pressure on the key from this little motor here, it seems to slow down. And with key cutting, you want a continuous continuous feed and continuous torque on the motor as it's cut. You get a better cut. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this. So let me get this off of here, and I'm going to show you what we're going to change it to, we're going to mount it to. I'll be right back. Okay, here's what we're going to do. This is the old wire wheel that I've done many videos with. I don't know if I told you guys in previous videos, but this used to be a key cutting machine. And the key cutter part of it was rusted so bad it couldn't be restored. I chucked it out, and I made a wire wheel out of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to mount that other, take the motor off that other one, and off of the key cutter, the little mini SpeedX, and we're going to mount it on here and make this a key cutter again. So let me get some things set up here, and we'll go through this build ourselves. Okay, let's get to this. First things first, we're going to take the wire wheel off of here. I believe when I bought this arbor here, I think it was metric, and I had a hell of a time getting it on here. So I might have a hell of a time getting it off too. But let's do this a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. Now we're getting rid of this wire wheel setup, but I'm not getting rid of my wire wheel. I did get another motor to set up another wire wheel, but what's so nice about the other motor, it's got a shaft for arbor on both sides, so that's going to work out really well. I'm going to put a steel wire wheel on one end and a brass one on the other. That way I don't have to keep on changing all the time. So that's what we're going to do with that. Put this in the drawer. Actually, yeah. It's already loose. I think what I'm going to do is put set screws in here. Now I had a hell of a time getting this on here, so we're going to try it. I don't think that's going to work. May not be able to get this off. Oh, it is moving. So we're going to high speed this because I don't know how long it's going to take me. Be right back. Okay, I've been playing with this for about a half an hour, 45 minutes. This is not coming off. This was a metric arbor, and when I put this on there, I had to bang it on to get it on. So it's not coming off. So we're just going to leave this the way it is. I am going to take this motor and switch off of here because I do need this base plate to put this key machine on. But I do have another motor, so I'm going to put the wire wheel back on here, and I'll show the other motor. I really tried to get this off. I don't know what it is with a lot of this new machinery or everything. I could not get a half-inch arbor. Or it said it was a half-inch arbor, but then it's measured in metric as well. So I don't know if all this stuff, I guess it's all coming from China or something, but I don't know. Things ain't the way they used to be. Give me the good old days when everything was standard. Even when I'm working on my Harley sometimes, even though it's standard, it seems like the metric wrenches fit better than the standard wrenches. So for all I know, Harley might be building their stuff with metric parts too, so nuts and bolts. So we'll work on this, take this apart, and I'm going to show you the other motor. I can always put this on a board anyway. I was thinking about putting this on a board anyhow, so let's let me clean this up a little bit and I'll get right back to you. Okay, this is the other motor I bought on eBay. It didn't work. A guy refunded me half my money back, but I did get it to work. And as you can see, it has a shaft on this side and a shaft on this side. And what I got to do, I got to mount it so the rotation is counterclockwise, because the blade on the key machine has got to rotate counterclockwise so all the shavings go down to the floor. I mean, there's enough that flies up in the air, but that's the way we want it. The only drawback is I'm going to put that brass wire wheel over here. This key machine is for home. I've got one in the shop already. This is this key machine I'm keeping here. I have people come to the house and they need keys sometimes, and and if I get somebody comes and wants 5 of them, it takes me all day to get them done on that. So this is going to slip right over here. Put a wire brush on this one. So this is going to act like 2 different tools. Well, it will be 2 different tools. The biggest thing is getting it on this plate right here. So what I'm going to do is clean this plate up, and we'll see how we're going to mount this. And it does need a switch, and wait, it doesn't have a plate to cover this, so I'm going to have to fashion something out of plastic or something just to cover this plate. So let me get this all set up, and I'll be right back. So this is what this is going to look like. Take this off, take this shroud off. This will be off all the time. I'm going to take a smoothie off. We have to take these feet off of here. I'm going to mount this directly to that, to the this plate right here. This has got to be kicked over a little bit because it just does not fit perfectly on here. And I will have to drill a hole back here to put that 3rd screw in. I do have this lined up to the slots here, so it'll fit real well in here. And I do have I went to the Habitat for Humanity Resource Center, and I bought a couple of V-belts, fan belts. So let me get them real quick. These were only $1 a piece, so I wasn't sure what size I was going to need. So I got a small one and a large one here. So I'm hoping that this is going to work. I do have a pulley for this over here. I think it may be this little one here, and we'll adjust this accordingly to how we're going to need this to work. So, oh, wait a minute, that's the long one. This is the small one. This one is going to work. The little one. So we'll save this for a belt on maybe my other one that I have up in the shop. And by the way, guys, thanks for all the comments on me purchasing the tackle shop, and believe it or not, that has taken off big time. I'm really surprised on how busy I've been, but it is fishing season down here in the Mid-Atlantic, so that's working well. The keys are going pretty good, so I've been working twice as much though, but everything is pretty cool though. I'm really enjoying myself. So let me clear this up a little bit, and we'll start disassembling this key machine here. Okay, I got the motor off. I'm going to keep this motor. I do have a key cutter that cuts tubular keys, kind of on Harley Davidson and vending machine locks. And this is the kind of motor it has. So this is going to be as a backup. I really don't. That's a direct drive system. It doesn't use a pulley, and this has enough speed to cut those small tubular locks. So like I said, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to use this cord for the new key cutter. So I'll have to take this all apart and get the line out of it. Anyway, I wanted to show you something here. Earlier in the video here, I told you I bought this about three or 4 years ago. Already, I don't know if you can see that. Already, the rubber's cracked. So that tells you how things are made nowadays. I'm glad I'm doing this. Let's see if this is going to fit. It's a little bit oversized, but we'll get it to work. It's not a problem. If not, I can always go down and get another one for $1. So let's clean this off. And actually, this company, HPC, does make a bigger one with a bigger motor on it with the same unit here. And a motor, it's just, they want $600 more for it. And I'm not paying $600 for something that I know I can build myself. I really, using hindsight, I should never bought this one. It's kind of limited. It does do the job for me, but it's kind of limited on what it does. There's a little play in there. I'm going to get that play out of there too. In fact, I might do that right now. Maybe that's why some of my keys haven't been coming out pretty good on this machine, because of that play. It does have a brass bushing in there. In fact, I may take this out, clean it up in there before I put it all together, and grease that up real good. All right, let's get that motor up here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these wires. I mean, they have blades on them, but I got to make sure I put these on the right blades, because there was no schematic. Usually it comes on a plate on what it is, but I got to make a plate for this. And let me grab my snips here. My channel lock snips. This cord is no good. Whoever had this motor before, instead of replacing the cord, they just put $5 electrical tape on this thing. I'm going to save the plug though, because the plug is old school and I could use it on my radios. So what we're going to do now is get this motor out of here. I'm going to flip it around the other way so the electricity is in the back. I got to get these off because I got to mount this plate. I gotta mount this plate on, well, mount the motor plate, motor mount onto that plate I had. Actually, what we're going to do is the motor goes this way. I'm going to flip this plate around so it loads this way, so I don't have to, so if it falls out, it ain't going to come towards me. I doubt if it falls out, but it'll be easy to work on that way. So let's get these off. As you can see, I'm using my Crowder pliers that I restored about a year ago on this. Well, maybe not. It looks like somebody had this mounted on something else. What these aluminum strips are. I'm hoping that I can get this. Okay, as you see, I got it mounted on this plate. I've got spots where I got to drill to put the other motor on. When I drilled this hole back here, it hit the middle of hit the middle of this plate here, so I had to wind up putting a screw in the other way. So what we're going to do now is drill the hole for this motor and see if we can get this thing up and running. So let me get the drill together. I had to charge the battery because the battery died on the drill, and I went downstairs and edited some of this video while I was waiting for that to charge. Anyway, let's get the holes drilled in this, and we'll see what this is going to turn out to be. Okay, got this mounted. We got the holes in here. Look at that, like it was made for it. Now I'm hoping that this Alright, I may have to kick this over. Damn, that's alright. Not a big deal. That's just a couple holes. I'd much rather have this moved over anyway. But let's get this motor on. Actually, let's Actually, I gotta knock this over a little bit, and I think it'll be fine. I may have to turn this back around again. I might be able to adjust this by turning this around. Let me get this off of here and see what we can do, because I can move these screws a little bit. Okay, as you can see, it's all done. I've got it hooked up. All I need to do is make a plate for this other side and ground this. I did test it, it does work. As you can see, I'm going to have to move the pulley over a little bit, but it is working. So let's try cutting the key. Be right back. Well, let's try cutting my house key. Let's see if this is any faster. Seems to work pretty good. Let's get the burrs off. I'm going to do is swing the camera around and focus on my door and see if she works. Be right back. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this door. I'm pretty sure you can see that it's unlocked right now. This is the key we made. It's locked. Key works, key machine works. The belt is a little loose, but it's fine. I want it to slip a little bit anyway, just in case it does jam, it'll slip. Anyway, let me turn this back around, and I want to talk a little bit about this. Okay, needless to say, this didn't go as smooth as I planned. I had to drill holes in this plate only because I couldn't get the arbor off of the motor that came off of this plate, which slides in and out, back and forth and everything. This plate here only goes this horizontal, back and forth. The screws that were mounted in this mounting bracket were welded to the plate, so it took me a little bit to get them out. And while I was getting them out, hammering them out, I bent this mounting bracket for this motor. It took me a good half an hour to an hour to get this straight and get this motor back in here to work the way it should. And I thought I was going to have a hard time with the cutting assembly, but this was the easy part. The motor was really tough, and but it's working fine. I'm going to wind up. I probably will paint it all black, but right now it's fine just the way it is. I'll do that down the road. I'm going to put a wheel on here, a brass wire brush on there, and basically for deburring. Actually, I'm left-handed. Here's the deburrer for this, and it's hard for me to do it over here, and I don't even think this will fit over here. Well, it does, but I don't know. I have to see how the arbor works. But yeah, this is fine. It cuts a lot better. It cuts nice and even, and even torque throughout the whole key. But yeah, this is great. If you were to buy one similar to this, they start at about $850, go way up to $3,000, depending on what you want. But I had everything here, and it doesn't make any sense for me to spend all this money when I can build one myself. I had everything. Anyway, guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys the next time. I don't know if I'm going to do a radio or another tool. I don't know. I've been really busy at work. I'm up to working 4 days a week at the flea market, and doing book work 2 days a week, bookkeeping. So I'm trying to get a video done every week, but I might not have a chance to do that. But anyway, guys, have a good one. God bless you all. See you guys later.